mucho cansada. Hola, amigas and chicos. Wow, we thought we'd do a bit of a summary, so we finally got to our double stay, which I really wanted to record yesterday when I was just an absolute blubbering hot mess. It just took its toll, didn't it? The road had broke me.
It's more a mental game than it is a physical one.
Yeah, in my mind, she was all sorts of screwed up yesterday. It was like every kilometre we had to fight for. Like, you know, usually you do your 5-10 Ks and we break it up, but it felt like a harrowing kilometre by kilometre that just kept going on and on. And I've never been so grateful for my wife, really. Em was just an absolute workhorse, even though it was just as excruciating for you. I was an emotional shit show, wasn't I?
Well, I think that's okay, Dar. I was pretty exhausted as well.
Yeah, but yeah, we just wanted to say that, you know, it's not all roses a lot of the time. Like it's hard. We always knew it was going to be hard, but yeah, I think hindsight, if we had to rebook it, we would definitely not do 8 to 9 days before a break. We would definitely do shorter,
yeah,
and we would never do anything longer than 20 Ks. Ultimately, our perfect distance is a lot shorter, and we didn't actually think about the bits in between. Anyway, we thought we'd sum up our first little, because we're a third of the way through doing our Camino. Well done, you and I. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'll answer them as well.
All right, let's get this agony over with.
You love it. So what's been the most surprising thing so far on the Camino? The most surprising?
The most surprising, I think, is that I've actually liked people.
Yeah, you have been an absolute superhero. I mean, still very picky, very judgy, but we've made some really nice Camino friends along the way. This last 2 days has been mega distances where we've missed the majority of our Camino friends, but we've made some really nice ones from Taiwan, South Korea, some Americans, as we said, UK, Aussie.
And Donna and Eric.
I think for me the most surprising part is I've just been so surprised at how just amazing you've been. Do you know what I mean? I just thought it would be an absolute piss in the park. I know, I didn't mean it to be like that, because the thing is, my biggest trauma
I'm surprised you're not a shit fight too, babe.
No, you should be surprised I am a shit fight. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting here questioning myself. Like, I just thought, yeah, there's been so many times I've had to call on Emma, and I think for me, I'm not a walker. I'm not, yes, I find it quite difficult. So I've got another one for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's a moment from the past 9 days that you'll never forget?
I think probably when we were up at I can't remember what it's called, something Alto, where the Camino signs are, where the people walking are, and we were underneath the massive wind turbine, and it was super misty. And it was like you could hear the wind turbine, and the sheer size of it was just, you know, insane. And I think when you see, you know, in particular the signs, you know, the cutouts, the sort of metal signs, it makes it real.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, it was the eeriness going from Val Carlos to Roncesvalles. I think for me, it was a real, like, my mind was like, have we been this way before? Like the power poles, I think I've said. There was this part of the forest that was just like sticks, and it was really eerie. Like, I thought to myself, like it's just a really, like, quiet, like serene sort of like atmosphere of just being so alone. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere, where if I think for me that my medical mind was, if something was to happen in this part, it would be dangerous. Like for me, I was like, it was like an awe-inspiring experience of like, we're in a totally different country and we're so isolated and so on top of this massive mountain, because it was near the peak of Roncesvalles. So I think that was for me in the last 9 days. What about, have you had any Camino angel help along the way? I think I talk about it all the time because we have some, special angels like for you that are yours, but that sort of look after us. I think for me it's been weather-wise. Like I look around and we look at other posts and people are in snow, and we left at a certain time where...
I don't think that's what it means. I think it's like, I don't think we've had Camino angels yet, but like we stopped at a place the other day and we noticed that, and we're not friends with them or anything, but we noticed that the girls that were sitting next to us had left their sticks behind, and it's that, well, we'll carry it on for them because you don't want them to have to walk back, as far as to that place. So I think, we have with my gloves, I guess.
Yes, that's right.
Dropped my gloves early on, and these 3 old chooks picked them up. And then, when they caught up to us, they absolutely hollered to get our attention so that they gave them back to us.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole Camino angel thing.
But I think also it might have been on still the day after, on Roncesvalles to the next day, Zaburi. We saw that American guy who... God, what a nice guy. He was carrying his brother's bag when we'd seen this old lady who...
Oh, yeah.
Man,
he was walking with a shopping bag.
A backpack as well. And just her hand, I was like, she's going to lose her fingers.
And, sandals. We're walking in sandals.
Yep. And and he gave her his sticks and took her bag.
Yeah, took her bag. And
he was just jaunting up the hill. So
and carrying his brother's bag, and, gave his walking sticks to her.
Yep.
Like it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So what's something small that's brought you a lot of joy on this walk?
I think it's you rubbing my feet every night, except for you didn't last night.
I was a bit selfish last night. Kat had hit her wall last night.
No princess here today.
No, not at all.
But I think it's that. I think also when we ran into Danny and Colin on day 3 or whatever, we hadn't seen them. Excuse me, sorry, this is not boring me.
Cansada. Tired.
Tired. And we hadn't seen them since the first breakfast.
And the big high fives.
Yeah, and
just
the
gave
hugs,
us
and it was just like, and then we bounced into Lorena.
Didn't we?
And didn't even realise we were there yet. Like we were ready to do another 10Ks if we needed to, but we were all of a sudden there.
I think that's the ebbs and flows. I think for me it's the little stops that you and I do along the way, and we have like a banana or what are those little biscuits we have. Bananas have been our lifesaver. Oranges we've really, really loved, where we have a little break where you're kind of broken. Chubba Chubs, when you're like, stuff this next 7.5 kilometres into town. Red Frogs for me, they're good for morale. But just the little stops where we get to stop and just recoup and off we go. Probably people want to know about blisters, like how's our body holding up? Any blisters or battle stories?
Look, I think my only blisters and battle stories is I've got one very small little blister on the outside of my big toe, which Kat has been tending to very, very well. It came up, it's gone down, it's a little bit tender, but it's, every day it's flat, it's gone away. The arnica cream saves me. I think for me, the biggest battle has been the wind burn, particularly on my ankles. Yeah,
she's got how much? And on her wrist.
About this much, and just a weird little bit.
Where her gloves didn't meet her.
Yeah, just here, where my gloves didn't, and it's so sore.
Yeah, the wind, and it's like, you can't really, it's really, unless you cover her.
There's no way to hide from it.
No.
And sunscreen doesn't cut it.
Mm-mm.
Obviously protects me against the sun, and that's really good, but the wind burn and the agony of burnt skin on my ankles is just excruciating. There's not enough moisturiser in the world to take away the pain.
Because I think for us, like you can try and prepare for a lot of things, but the wind was one of those things where you just go, that's hard. But we've realised that the afternoons become really, really windy. So early mornings from now on, because come lunchtime, that's when the wind really picks up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what's your favourite stop that we've had?
My favourite stop.
I think mine's Lorena, where they had the houses where we did the laundry. We just walked in and it was just there.
Yeah, and we had dinner with the boys
Had dinner with the boys that night, and it was
the wine was so good that night.
Yes, because we had wine another night and it was vinegar. So
yeah, because we get it in our meals that it's quite good. You know, the wine is included in the meals most of the time. Yeah, but sometimes it's not good wine. Like the dinner we had with the Americans the other night, they thought it was good wine. I thought it was vinegar.
Yeah.
It was like drinking balsamic. But yeah, I agree. The Puerto Lorena
was one of our favourites.
Yeah, that was great. And the wine was great there.
What your least favourite place?
I reckon was Valcarlos.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
because the place we stayed in wasn't really clean either. Everywhere else has been really quite clean and quite nice.
Estella for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't remember what was bad about that.
It was at the 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, 8 o'clock dinner.
But also,
but we got the chocolate cake there.
We did. We weren't allowed to take it, but
that was the keeper, mate. That was so good.
Yeah, there's little things like, that sort of make it work. So I'm going to finish off with thus far, a third of the way in, and I'm like always cognizant of the internal journey. Have you had any emotional shifts, any aha moments for you?
No, I don't think aha moments or anything like that, but I think... you know, like when you know that you're going to do this, it's you know, you do lots of research and you know, of course, watch the movies and all those sorts of things, and it doesn't quite feel real. And I think, you know, when we've been doing it, it's at the beginning it started to feel real, but now it feels like we're in something that's living and breathing, you know, and it's not like we're part of something.
You're touching it and living it, sort of thing. It's become its own beast.
And even people that we don't know, we haven't spoken to before, but they've seen us along the way, or you know, that we might not even have said, you know, hello to or anything like that. They feel so comfortable just chatting, you know, oh, how's it going today, like, you know, whatever it is, or asking us, you know, like even stupid stuff, like they just pull up to a place we're at and they're like, does this place have a toilet, is there a stamp, all those sorts of things. Like it's a community, you know, like it's so like we've all got each other's backs, even though they're people that, you know, I don't really know.
No, that's exactly right. It's like we're all on this journey together, and it's like a little community that sort of moves and evolves, and, you know, they leave you alone or you can interact when you want to, and I think that's been good. I started journaling before I left, so the journaling for me has been really good. No, the aha moments, I think I've been really stupidly in my own head, really stressed about Emma, and the thing is, I'm the one that's just been, I've had some aha moments where it's more really struggling, and I'm not very kind to myself, and Em's been just an absolute gift in regards to just calm your farm, and, you know, there's I think I've been in the hurt locker more than I would have liked to, and, you know, the emotions that come up with it. I think when I become tired and all the rest of it, I just become a blubbering mess, which is always a joy for you. Yours is more the physical sort of things, but I think I've loved also, you know, I didn't need to do this journey to know that I have an amazing relationship, but that's definitely been something. And I think Colin said, you know, it was cute because Colin said to us...
You're blubbering right now.
Oh, shut up. I know, I'm a blubbering mess. Like, smart. That's what I have to put up with. Harden up, cat. Can someone get me some Viagra eye drops? Because I've got to have a long, hard look at myself. It's just too much. No, Colin, our British friends, he's just been so lovely. And on one of our last nights before we thought we'd cross paths, was like, you know, he just wished that his sister, who was gay, had an amazing partner or relationship like we have. And I think that's just
he's
been
really been our Camino dad. He's just such a great guy.
Yeah,
he's just so awesome.
Absolutely. Well, he's been like the Camino Uncle Pete. Like he gives you like sort of advice, but not at your face, and he's highly excitable. And you know, we're genuine telling people like this is bloody fucking hard.
Yeah, and what I love is that he's done it 6 times and he still says it's hard.
And he's like
there's
70.
And there's no bullshit about that. Like, I love that because there are plenty of other people that tell us, you know, they crap on, like they can barely move, and they're telling us, oh, it's so easy, it's not even hard. And you know, like that's why we like Donna and Eric as well, because they're like, oh my god, no, this is not easy.
No.
Even Evian.
She's from Evia. Yeah, she's from Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan. And God love her. And she, you know, had we caught up with her
yesterday at the truck. Food trucks along the way. Save your life a lot of times.
And she said, she asked me, did my feet hurt, because she thinks I'm super fit, but I was like, no, girlfriend, my feet and my entire bloody body hurt just as much as yours do.
But the bizarre thing is, Emma has this elegance. Like, I'm going to put a photo on the socials later where there's the both of us. And Em's like this 6 foot person that's just got this really nice gait, and that's what Evia was saying. Like, she's like 4 foot tall, doing these little things, and that's what it's like. I mean, Emma and I'd make a great cartoon. She's just walking, and I'm like running behind her, jiggy jogging sort of thing. But yeah, I think it's funny what people perceive. They tell us that we look like we're doing it easy, and oh my lord, that is so far from the truth.
Yeah, we're good at pretending, if that's the case.
Well, we're not even faking because we're pissing and moaning the whole time.
Oh no.
Anyways, we just thought we'd give you a catch up of the last. I suppose it's the first third of it for us, because after a lot of the stints, we're absolutely fucking rooted. So yeah, we thought we'd sit down now, give you a little update. We probably won't see you over Easter.
No.
So
we get a couple of days off.
We get a couple of days
Rosalind,
off.
I promise that if I see another squirrel, I'll give you some more detail.
Yeah. For Jeremy, I can tell you I'll also always be in the bloody hurt locker, because this one here's like a road, like a horse. Noise, I'll try to take some better photos that aren't just fish-eyed for you. I put some flat ones on there. I hope you're enjoying it, but it's not easy. But it is fun, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else but you, my love.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I was like, oh, you know that thing of what happens if you do this and you're like, oh, you don't want to be with me anymore.
I'll stop
Touch and go. Anyway, have a happy Easter. They call it the Holy Week here, so we're just going to take some downtime. We're very grateful for our lives, and very grateful for this experience. So happy Easter. Enjoy. Take care.
Yeah.
Hola. Muchas gracias.
No, adios.
Adios.